Sandy Russell, and we're going to do a workshop today on the basic tools that you need to be able to put together some of these card buildings that you can get, whether it's Metcalfe or Super Quick or the more modern version where you download the actual building from the internet, you print it onto matte photo paper, print it out in your printer, and then you stick, each sheet tells you to stick the A4 sheet onto different thicknesses of card, either thick card, which is 2mm, medium card 1mm, and thinner cards. Some of them you just print only, you don't put them onto card at all. That's for double O gauge we're talking about, by the way, those thicknesses. So what do you really need to start off doing card buildings? Well, the first thing is you need a good quality cutting mat, so that you can put the sheet on and you're cutting, and the blade doesn't cut into the cutting mat, or it does, but it heals itself so that you're cutting something else, it doesn't go into that groove, it follows what you're trying to cut. Secondly, you need a good set of modelling knives, and I've got a set here that we got in the club a number of years ago. It's got a great, we've added to it of course, but we've got a good selection of different diameters of knives, leads and what have you. Just a wee word of warning when modelling knives, because there are good ones and there's bad ones. This, I'll show you the good one. There, you take the modelling knife out and you'll see the bit at the end here. I'll undo it all together, like you see the setup. You'll notice this bit here, which holds the blade, is metal. Now, that's fine. There it's there. That's fine, but the problem is that the cheaper ones, this bit is plastic. And what actually happens is, put the blade back in. There we are now, it's in. And that goes in to there. And then that screws into the knife. That's the way the good blade, the good knife works. There we are. You've got the blade. Now, what happened was, I was working with the knife I had at the time, and this metal bit, which was plastic in this knife, broke, with the result that the knife was useless. It was totally useless. So make sure that when you go to buy a set of knives, you buy good ones, because they'll last you years. Okay, yes, with any knife you've got to replace the blades. I've got some spare blades here, and I've got in this set you get 4 of these canisters with spare blades in them, which is good. All different types of blades, and of course when you buy new ones you can just stick them in there. You've got them there. You also got this kind of, it's a small plane actually. I've very rarely used it. I've used it on 1 or 2 occasions, and it's good to have something like this for emergencies. And then you've got a wee hone, a wee oil stone. I don't tend to sharpen the blades, I just change them because it's too much problems. So a good set of blades is a good set of knives and blades are essential. You really have to. Without that, the paper's going to tear instead of cutting. And I have had that in some cases myself. So there we are. That's the knives. The next thing we're going to move on to is, move that knife out of the way, rulers. Now, I've got this ruler here, which is a triangular ruler. You can see it there, triangular, 3 different sides to it, all different scales right round it. That's very good. I've also got a 12-inch rule, and I've also got, in fact with two 12-inch rules, I've also got a 6-inch rule. You'll need both of these, because your A4 pages is going to be 12 inches anyway, for cutting things. But I've got two of each anyway, and one of them's got metric and inch, metric and inch on one side, and inch on the other side, imperial on the other side. This big one has got metric again and imperial, but on the other side it's got a conversion table, which is quite good, because my brain just doesn't work with converting things. So the word of warning I'm going to give is that make sure that your main rules are steel, because this one here, which I bought in ignorance, is alright for drawing a line with a pencil or whatever you're going to use, but if you try and put that in a bit of paper and cut along it, the actual blade cuts into the aluminium, whereas in the steel it won't do that. So that's good. You've got that. Rules, two lengths. You'll find them really beneficial, and you'll be lost without them. I'm telling you that right now. Glues. I tend to use. Some people use this glue, rocket glue. Now, it's a good glue. It is a good glue. I'm not denying that, but the price of it for a wee bottle that size, and I know I've heard the arguments. It lasts for ages, and you've got a lot of kits, and yes, I do understand that. But for £5, I'm not far off £5 for a bottle that size. I'm sorry, I just don't think it's worth it. And so I go to the art shop in Glasgow, and I get a litre bottle of white card glue, especially for card, not white glue for wood, PVA. It's a PVA for card. Then I take the bottle home, fill that wee bottle, and use that because it's got a nice fine point on it. And that's what I use. If I can get this wee thing back in again. I've got it out. A bit of a pain. I'll get it later, folks. There was I did have a big box. Oh, there it is there, sorry. Sorry folks. There it is. That's some more of the spare blades. For gluing the sheets onto the card, you use a glue stick. Now, I tried, when I first started doing these kits, I tried Pritt glue stick, and I didn't like it. It was messy, it was, I don't know, it just wasn't right for me. So I tried various glues. I've got a Create Play, I can't remember where I got that. They're alright, I've no problem with them. But the one that I usually stick with is this one from Wilko. And you might know about Wilko next to you, but I think you can order it online. I think you can do these things. I've got plenty of them, and you will need plenty. Always make sure you've got plenty of glue sticks, because you've no idea just how much glue you can actually use doing a kit. So there, that's the glues. I'll put the top back on this. Clamping. I bought a few of these sash clamps, mini sash clamps. I've heard folk online saying that if you use rocket glue you don't need these. I don't necessarily agree with that, because as I adapt kits to suit myself, I put extra floors into the mill I built, so I needed that to hold the thing together till I got the last floor in, because I had to push it in and then I had to put supporting bits in, and that held the building square until I did that. I actually got these at Squires Modelling Supplies, and I went to get some more the next time they were there, and they said they couldn't get them. So I went online and I managed to pick up another 6, no problem. So I don't know where they're coming up with these things. So that's that. And by the way, I got them online cheaper than Squires had them. I also have a wee pair of nail scissors, very handy for cutting wee bits and pieces. Going back to other clamps, we have got another set of clamps here, which is the spring type. I don't know if you've seen these. There we are. Very good for holding bits and pieces together. You'll notice that one set of jaws on these are actually orange, the other was blue. I just thought it was a different make, but apparently it's not, because if you take one of these and one of these and open them out, you will find that one of them has more tension than the other, and there is another colour, I can't remember what it is, but it's got a different tension. So there you are, it depends on what you're going to do. If you're going to glue bits of gear, I suggest that you get wee bits of card to fit into the jaws, so it doesn't matter the outside surface. You don't really see the inside surface, but the outside surface you will see. And these can leave an imprint of the jaws depending on the tension of the clamp. So wee bits of cardboard on both sides sorts that out. So that's that. Done the glues. Oh, the other thing is a wee jar here. It had jam in it. We got them in a set and a present. Once the jam was finished, fill it with PVA glue. If you've got a wee brush to do things with, you can use that. I think that really covers it. I'd like to see some of the buildings we have done. We've got this scale scene warehouse that we've done, fairly detailed inside. That's what I like about scale scene, and that's what I don't like about Metcalfe. A lot of their buildings are just empty shells inside, and I think it's about time they got their act together and started to put all their buildings with interiors. That's one warehouse. There's another one here. I put in a platform inside with an oil tank at the side. These are very, very adaptable. If you want to change this, the way that it's done, you can do that freely without any problem. I really like the scale scene. Also like Smart Models, which here we have a Smart Models kit that you've seen before probably. This was the girder bridge that somehow or other became discoloured, and we had to repaper it, or I'll rephrase it, I had to repaper it. And it's come up quite no bad. It's not the best, but for a bridge, I think the stonework is fine. There is another sheet that they do, it's even more realistic than that, but that is a really good representative stonework. And the girders, the way that they do, they give you a grey finish, or they give you this kind of rusty finish. And in this one, we didn't do it the last time we did it, but I did it this time with a bit of graffiti on it, so that sorts that out. There's another warehouse up here. Again, a scale scene kit. And if you look at this one, if you look in, I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but if I stand it up, you'll see there's a loading bay put in. See, the loading bay put in, so that we can get a lorry reversing in there. You see it's only one door, it's close to the door somewhere. I'll have to find that. And the thing with these, the good thing with scale scene is they actually, if you make a mistake, you just go back and print it again. You could as you can see, the kit is narrower at this side than it is at that side, but if you put in two of these walls, two of the straight walls, you could actually make it a square instead of a tapered unit. So you see, it's up to you how you do these kits. You can adapt them in any way you want, and it's going to be different on your layout, that's what attracts me to them. There's a wee clock tower with a water tower on top of it. I built that too. Now, some of the other guys in the club have built these kits as well. They're really adaptable, and once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to build. They are really easy to build. There's no doubt about it. I find it very easy to build. I don't understand what happened to that. As you see, that stonework lines up right across, but on this side it's slightly out. But you see, these are the things that happen when you're doing these kits. So this is just a workshop looking at the basic tools you need to build these kits. There's hundreds of other kits. I'll let you see this. This is something I picked up from Squires. And it's a flat square. See, it sits flat on both sides. Normally this bit here is a narrower bit of metal, and it goes into a slot in the upright. But this is a flat square, so that if you've got two walls going together, it will be dead square once the glue sets. It was quite, I think it was about £16 for that, but it's getting them that's a problem. I haven't seen many of them, but I saw it, I did see it at Squires one year, and I snapped it up when I saw it. Really good value. These type of tools are good. I'm in the middle of doing one of Scale Scene's shops. Here we have the front of the shop. I've cut the windows out, it's a wee bit untidy. I might do this again. And the shop front, you glue that onto a piece of clear acetate, and then you put that over the front. It gives you the shop front. So I'm in the middle of doing that now. It's a low relief building anyway, so it's really going to be good once it's finished. So we're always doing something. So let's hope that in the next workshop, when this wee building here, this is a gem. This you can download. I think it's a Scale Scene one. This you can download this for free, and I think I might do a workshop on it, showing you how to do it, how to build it, and hopefully I don't make too many mistakes. But it's a lovely wee building. The stone, I like the stone finish on it. I think I built this at one of the modelling benches we did. John at Scale Scenes is really very good if you're doing things like this. Fantastic, the detail that is in these wee buildings. So there we are. There is another wee building that they gave for free. It was a kind of cement store, and again it was really good. I'll maybe do it as well. But there we are, folks. That's all for the now. I want you to give us, we do like to get the likes, we do like that, and we do love to get the loves as well, but we do like to get feedback, verbal feedback on what you're seeing. I know one of our members, Mr. Bruce Stephen, he's going to be showing you a workshop on how to make trees really cheaply. All you want to do is get hold of your wife's hairspray, super hole by the way, and he'll show you how to make trees the cheap way. I remember he was at a modelling bench we had, and he'd done it 2 years before, and this guy came along and he says, oh, thanks very much for your tips. He says, because I'm just after finishing my second forest and I've saved myself over £100. So there you are, just by what Bruce had shown him. So let's go at that. Bye for now.